Hey y'all, you know around here in Savannah, we're all about St. Patty's Day. So, the luck of the Irish, that's what it's about today. And I hope, I'm Scot-Irish, so I hope at least half of me is lucky today. What are you, Michael?
Well, I'm a mixed breed. I'm Scot-Irish and German.
Scot-Irish and you were not gonna believe this, but I think I'm German too. With hires, doesn't that sound German? But anyway, today I'm all Irish. And one of our favorite dishes to serve during St. Patrick's Day festivities is shepherd's pie. Now, I'm sure this probably originated in Ireland, and I may not know what I'm talking about. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But I think it was originally made with lamb, maybe. Does anybody know?
Eddie, you asked that. You said that earlier, didn't you?
Wasn't it originally made with lamb, Eddie?
I mean, that's the way that I've always done
Well, I've made it with leftover pot roast, I've made it with pork roast, and I've made it with ground beef. So I'm gonna share the ground beef recipe that I have. You're talking about simple and easy, and there's a couple of tricks that you can do that make it even faster and easier. Now I've got one small onion chopped up right here. And I'm gonna get those to cooking. And I tell you to, where's my little one? To start browning them in like a tablespoon of butter, just a little bit. Because we're gonna be adding our ground beef to that. You know, my favorite all-time ever way is for me to make them with my leftover pot roast. And if y'all have ever been to Paula Deen's Family Kitchen or the Lady and Sons, our pot roast is so good. And if it doesn't get eaten all in one meal, then the next dish coming out of this kitchen is gonna be shepherd's pie, because it's incredible. So we got our onions a-going. And then I'm gonna be throwing in our ground beef. And we go brown that. And I'll be back in a minute. Okay, our meat is done. And I'm not gonna drain it, because we really do want that flavor that only the drippings can give you. But you know, if you're sure you want to drain it, you certainly can. So I'm gonna just let this kind of just simmer. And then I'm gonna taste it. I know that I want garlic powder in it. And I know I want a little black pepper in it. Whoa! I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Little black pepper in case the children eat this. I don't want it to be too hot for them. All right. So I'm gonna taste and see how much salt this needs. Pretty good, but it definitely needs some salt. So there we go. I probably added a half a teaspoon.
How much garlic powder would you say you put in?
I don't know. I might have put in a teaspoonful. And you know, it may need some more. I just love garlic.
That's the kind of cool thing with seasonings. That's really all to taste. Like we get so
all
caught
to
up.
Taste.
You get so caught up in one teaspoon, one tablespoon, one this and one that.
every bit to taste, Teresa. You're exactly right. All righty. I'm going to turn that off. And I'm going to bring it over here. And we're going to put together our shepherd's pie. So, yeah, see how easy, easy, easy. Now, I've sprayed our dish. I'm using an 8x8 or 9x9. I'm not making, normally I would make it in a 13x9x2. But
We don't have that many people.
no, we don't have many people.
And Peeps isn't eating mashed potatoes.
He doesn't.
No, I said Peeps.
Oh, I thought you said Keith
No,
doesn't eat
oh
mashed
Lord,
potatoes.
no.
I was going to say, he doesn't look like he would cull a potato.
No, you're Peeps, which is
My
Michael.
Peeps, yes. I never will forget, you know how he got that name, right?
Yeah.
We were in a casino. And he was at a card table. I can't remember if he was playing 3-card poker or blackjack. But he was doing, maybe he could tell us. I wonder where he went.
He's on the phone.
Oh.
They might have called him for that.
All right, so our potatoes are cold because I did those earlier. What, Pumpkin? What, kiddos? Oh,
She wants some shepherd pie.
Yeah. She knows when I'm in this kitchen cooking. All right. So, let me tell you one easy way to make this shepherd's pie. They make already cooked mashed potatoes. And it's in the refrigerated section. And Michael picked up some one day because a couple of our grandboys were coming over. He picked it up, and so I fixed them. They were delicious. So if you want to make this really quick with that leftover pot roast and a box of those ready-made mashed potatoes, it's so quick. All right. So next, I'm going to add our meat. And I'm just going to layer it.
Yum.
I know. I'm going to layer it on top of those mashed potatoes. I may be making so little of this that I'm not going to be able to get it all in, Therese.
Dang, that just means I'll have to make a side one.
I know.
Shoot. Eddie, isn't that rough?
That's too bad, isn't it? And now I'm just gonna, so we have our veggies. I'm going to layer just a package of frozen vegetables on top. So this truly becomes a one-pot meal. You've got everything that you need to get your vitamins and your nutrients in one dish.
And your bread.
Yes.
The best part.
Yes. Ooh, look at that running down in them taters. You see it? Can you see it over there, Therese?
Oh yeah, it's good.
All right. Now this is what makes shepherd's pie so incredible, y'all. I think some people out there may make a potato their last item to go in, but I like my potatoes on the bottom, and then I take my biscuit mix, which I'm telling y'all, it makes the most incredible biscuits you have ever put in your mouth. And you can find this at the Paula Deen stores, Paula Deen's Family Kitchen, the Lady and Sons, Creek House. Wherever you see a family kitchen, you can find it there. Or you can go to my website, or you can probably go to Amazon, right?
You should be able to.
Yes. And I use the cat head biscuits because I just like patting mine out and cutting them with a biscuit cutter. And the important thing is, though, is that you use buttermilk.
Oh, that's not buttermilk now.
Oh, okay. I need buttermilk.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Teresa.
That's okay. I used milk. But that's...
Because buttermilk has that tangy, tart bite to it. And it makes those biscuits just scream with flavor.
Listen, handy dandy, I have it.
Good. And how much do we need?
Well, you said 3/4 of a cup.
Okay. Well, I'll
You can't just...
re-pour us 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk. I'm glad I said something. I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt, but I just know how good. You know what? I think I've got an open buttermilk right in here. I do.
Oh, we cannot waste.
Well, I hate to open something when we got something.
We know. Very thrifty, and we appreciate that.
I'm thrifty. I'm thrifty.
Now that's only a cup of the biscuit mix, so you might want to.
Okay.
You might want to just add a little in.
Well, if I was making this in a 13 by 9 by 2, I would use 1.5 cups of biscuit mix. No, I'd use 2 cups
of biscuit mix.
Of biscuit mix and 1.5 cups of buttermilk, right? Because you don't want this the consistency of a biscuit that you were gonna bake. You want this runny. Because we're gonna pour this on top of our shepherd's pie. Smell that buttermilk?
Now, Paul, if you didn't have buttermilk, let's just say we didn't have buttermilk. Is there a way to make buttermilk?
Oh gosh, yes. Just take a cup of your regular milk.
Okay, we have that.
And put a teaspoon or 2. Let's see. I think I'm gonna add the other 3/4. So this is 1.5 cups of buttermilk in total that we're using. Because that first 3/4, it was almost thick enough to make a rolled biscuit with, but we don't want that.
Okay, so I'm sorry, you said you could add something to...
So add a couple of teaspoons of vinegar. Doesn't matter, you know, white, apple, cider, it doesn't matter. And let that sit for 5 minutes, and it will turn your regular milk into buttermilk. It'll clabber. It'll clabber just like buttermilk does.
That's a fancy word, clabber.
Clabber. Clabber's the fat. Okie doke. I don't know why I'm punishing myself using such a small bowl. I think I'm a glutton for punishment, y'all. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Right on top. So we've got our starch, our protein, our veggies, and our bread. Ooh, I'm gonna have to put this on a cookie sheet. You know it, Teresa.
Yeah, in case it rolls over.
Oh, in case it rolls over, yes. All right. Now I'm gonna fit on that one, won't it? Now I'm gonna dot this with just a little butter. Can you believe we don't have really any butter? This is gonna roll over into our oven. And I'm gonna have burning smells coming everywhere. It's a good thing I didn't try to force all of the ground beef in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I did put a little speck of butter in our mashed potatoes. And I use red potatoes if I'm making mashed potatoes from scratch. You know what? I think I'm gonna dip some of this out.
Just so we don't
because
have
this
a
is
huge
gonna
mess.
rise, yes. This is gonna rise. And then we will have a mess. What a pumpkin.
She is ready.
Uh-huh. You know, I use an expression all the time, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Well, I don't even like to say that anymore because I couldn't stand the thoughts of that happening to my kitty. Somebody's scalping my kitty. I would beat them up. Okay.
I would be right behind you.
Yeah, you're a kitty lover too, aren't you? All right, in the oven, 20 minutes at 350. So y'all be prepared to come in and taste with me, okay? Well, y'all, this is the finished product of that wonderful, easy comfort meal called Shepherd's Pie, because this goes hand in hand with St. Patrick's Day here in Savannah. When I put this in the oven, I told y'all without refreshing myself on the time, it's 350 degrees, about 45 minutes, not 20 like I originally said. I think I'm used to saying 20, 25 minutes. So it took 45 minutes, didn't it? And for the last 3 minutes, I actually put the oven to brawl so I could brown that top nice and brown. But look how good that looks. And even though I cut back on the size of the rest, well, I really didn't, did I?
Just the topping.
This is gonna feed a lot. It's gonna feed a lot of folks. So y'all do try it. Try it with leftover pot roast, ground beef, pork roast. And if I do it from the pork roast and the pot roast, I don't use the tomato sauce. I replace that with the gravy from the pot roast and the pork roast, and it's yummy. So go kiss an Irishman, y'all. And I'm sending you love and best dishes to each and every one of y'all. Bon appetit. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.